22. I was dating a serious boyfriend at the time, and he's the one I thought I would end up with. And so, you guys have been into college. When I got a pregnancy scare, I was like, what if we had a kid, Like, at this moment, I'll be a mom. So I think from that time, I was mentally prepared that if I would get involved with any other man, now henceforth would be a man I would want to have kids with. And that is how I came to the point where I became a mom. I remember the day that I gave birth I had 9 hours of labor. It was on 20th October. I had 9 hours of labor, and I still had my mark stitch in my body. For people who know about McDonald's stitch, you know that you have to have removed it like 2 weeks before the date of giving birth, But then my EDD was like 2 weeks later after the day I gave birth. So that day that I was giving birth, I still had my mark stitch on. And when you have a mark stitch, ukienda kwa mark stitch, they gandisha the backbone. Is it the backbone? There's a way unafanya unaganda mwili, and then with time you don't feel yourself, and then you don't feel, and then it goes, and then the next time that you wake up you have it on, of course. But when ilikuwa inakuja kutolewa, there was no that time, so I could feel whatever the doctor was doing inside there, cutting it up, removing it. I felt everything because it was already too late. There was no time to get into operation and have it removed surgically. And my water was already out, so he was struggling with water, removing the mark stitch, struggling with water. But he is a good doctor. I owe that to him, and I can't thank him enough. And I gave birth successfully. Is it success? I delivered through natural birth, and the baby and the mother were okay. So I will never forget that moment. Of course, there are very many moments about the day that I gave birth. There are very many moments. I labored 9 hours. I remember the labor pains, and I remember how consistent they were. Every mother has their own story, but for me, mine was the mark stitch. Yeah. What I loved about my pregnancy, my skin glowed. My skin has never thanked me like it thanked me when I was pregnant. And I had calves, guys. I mean, before the pregnancy, didn't have no calves. After the pregnancy, still a very small chick. But during pregnancy, I had calves, man. That's the one thing I remember about my pregnancy: calves and a glowing skin. Well, the worst thing I remember about my pregnancy was, other than being a single mom, because I carried the weight of pregnancy almost alone. At the time that I had a threatened miscarriage, I went to hospital, and my parents were afar. That time I was far from my parents. And I was alone. So, but I remember my former boss came to see me in hospital, and a couple of friends checked up on me. But I was really alone because I'm a single mom, and it means a lot when your spouse is going through stuff with you. It really means a lot. And because he was not there, it was a hard time for me. The placenta previa that I had, and of course those mood swings. I mean, I used to stay alone, and cooking and showering. I didn't skive, people. But I wasn't perfect when it came to shower, especially the last moments. I couldn't reach every part of my body, and I was yeah, going through that alone was the worst thing I remember about my pregnancy. I haven't decided how many children I want to have. I think that is still work in progress. Yeah, I haven't decided yet. I mean, like, when I get to date someone serious and we settle down, we'll discuss with them like how many kids we want. So for now I haven't decided, but right now I am happy with the one that I have. Amata as a baby, she was very chilled out, you know, like she could absorb everything around her, quietly observing things and trying to repeat after people. And right now that we're heading to the terrible twos, very lively, very moody, sometimes cranky, sometimes excited. But I've loved the journey. I've loved the journey, her as a baby and her as a toddler so far. And I look forward to much more, you know, teenagehood and a working girl, and you know, everyone has big dreams for their daughter. And I'm also there in that statistic. We get to spend time. We play together. I get to, you know, do things that she requests me to do with her. Sometimes she likes indoors, but we haven't introduced her to outdoor activities. Of course, I hope to do that more this year and the coming years. Now that she's a bit bigger, I would also want her to know how to swim. So willing her to know, or maybe it's too early. She can learn to swim when she's 4 years old. But we get to do the activities that she can also do and participate in. And yeah. I love the journey that is motherhood. I love the journey that is to try and bring up a daughter into this world, and I hope it's going to be, of course, things always what you expect or what I was expecting way before isn't so. You get to learn each and every single day. You get to know something new each and every single day. And I knew if it will be a boy, I would call him, you know, with the same, it will sound like my mom's. And if it will be a girl, it will sound like my dad's. So when I got a girl, I called her Amata because my dad is called Amatos. So Amata is her name, and it's a saint name. We are Catholic, and the father that came to baptize the kids that time had insisted that the naming of the kid is very important in a child's life. So he had said that he wasn't gonna baptize someone who didn't have any baby who didn't have a saint's name. You'll have to look for a saint's name to be put there as the first name, then your other names will follow. So I remember the catechist telling me that Amata is not a saint's name, so I need to change it. And I hadn't decided I was going to change that name. So I went, looked up. I had researched about the name, and I think I had seen that it was connected to the church earlier on before. But when I was calling her Amata, it was more so because it means strong and brave, and so much in line with my dad's name. And when it came to the baptism, I thought, now what name can I add before? So I went and looked up Saint Amata. And alas, isn't Google my friend? Saint Amata was very much present. I know her little. I checked her history, and I thought there was more of. There is Blessed Amata and there is Saint Amata, and both of them, carry on leadership and women leadership, and I was at home with that name. Yeah, Amata. The pronunciation is Amata, and I like it. I like it, especially when I'm called Mama Amata. Can't get enough of that. My little girl has more of her grandma's features. Her facial features look like grandma, but also a big part of her looks like her dad. Yeah. She doesn't look so much like me. I always get told that she looks like my mom, and the people who know her dad always say that she looks like her dad. She's an ugly little girl. Oh, like my makeup? And she always wants to apply lipstick like mommy. What she sees mommy do in the morning, and eat it and eat makeup. But she's inquisitive, very inquisitive, and she wants to learn things and eat things and taste things and know what things are. Everything goes into her little stomach. But of course I have to control it at the ingestion stage. Yeah. From an extract of a poem that I really, really love, it goes like this. But then you're here, 10 toes, 5.5 pounds. Love, big fat love. I held you, I fed you. I realized that I will spend my life doing things to make you happy, and that will make me happy. And then there are the times I want to give up. You've made me rethink my sanity. You've made me want to fall at my mother's feet and tell her that I get it. But then you smile and you say my name and you grab my hand with those little fingers. We are growing together. We are seeing the world like it's new. I will open my heart and love will rain down all over you. You will giggle and I'll do it all over again. And we will walk hand in hand until you let go. I made you, but you made me Amata. I got it from Pinterest. I hope you guys like it. Thank you. Yours, Mommy.